Hi, and welcome to Aspen, Colorado. I'm Auden Schendler. I'm the Vice President of Sustainability at Aspen Skiing Company. We've got 4 ski mountains, a couple of hotels, and about 17 restaurants. And we're one of the leading ski destinations in the world. For 15 years, we've been trying to both reduce the impact of the resort and also communicate a message on the benefits of environmental responsibility. So why do we care about the environment? Well, as a ski resort, we're entirely dependent, not just on the natural beauty of the world, the clean air, the clean water, the beautiful view sheds, but we depend on a stable climate. So philosophically, there are a couple angles here. One, as you'll see, most of the work we do just makes a ton of sense as a business. It saves energy, it provides better customer experience, and it provides a story to tell our guests. When we talk about sustainability at Aspen Snowmass, we're really talking about solving climate change. To work on climate change, we have a three-pronged approach. One is energy efficiencies, things like efficient boilers and efficient controls and efficient lighting. Another aspect of our work on climate is development of clean energy and not just putting solar on buildings, but investing in broader projects. A third aspect of our work is reaching influential people, whether they're politicians or guests, with a message of the need to act on climate. One of the exciting technologies we've implemented are condensing high-efficiency boilers at the Little Nell Hotel. That project costs $700,000, but it saves $100,000 every year in natural gas. So just a no-brainer of a project. So I'm standing in front of the new super high efficiency condensing boilers that we retrofitted and that are saving almost 10% of all of Aspen Snowmass's total natural gas use. These boilers, in a standard boiler, a lot of the heat goes out the flue, but in these you're recapturing that heat, so they're 96% efficient. We actually did this retrofit before the boilers died because we thought the energy efficiency benefits were so great. At the Limelight Hotel, when we bought the hotel, we did an energy audit and then we implemented the suggestions of the audit. That's actually a gap. A lot of people do the audit and then they file it on a shelf. Both the Limelight Hotel and the Little Nell, one of the easiest things you can do is swap out lighting. Every single incandescent bulb at both the Little Nell and the Limelight has been swapped out with either LEDs or compact fluorescent bulbs. Lighting retrofits are so cost effective that our CFO recently asked the question, why aren't we doing this everywhere? Because we literally can't afford not to. A critical aspect of saving energy in hotels are what's called building automation systems, basically a computer that runs the entire building. So you can know what's going on, you can control rooms and temperature remotely, and you have a broad data set to tell you what's happening at any given time. So this is the Crestron in-room control system, and you can see we've got a desktop interface that lets me click on an icon and it tells me what's going on with lighting in the room, heating and ventilation, occupancy. So when a guest checks out, the front desk clicks a button and the room defaults. It shuts down to minimal energy use. We've put a lot of small solar arrays throughout our properties, but we really never got to the point of generating a large amount of renewable energy. And to do that, we said we need a utility scale renewable energy project. So in Carbondale, on 1/3 of an acre, we put in 150 kW of solar, and that makes about 200,000 kilowatt hours of electricity every year. The solar array in Carbondale is an economic investment. It pays back at 7 to 8% after taxes, so it's a good business investment. All the work we've done at Aspen Skiing Company and these hotels you've seen today saves money. In fact, if you don't do it, you're leaving money on the table. We host a lot of conferences, and we're increasingly seeing calls from conference organizers saying, what are you doing environmentally, and let's hear about that. When a guest comes to our resort in their hotel room, They have a sustainability report from our company, which talks very honestly about our impacts and what we're doing about it. And then in the limelight, we have a copy of a book I wrote about addressing climate change from a business perspective. So we're trying to reach out to our guests, who tend to be pretty influential, with a message on how they can participate in climate solutions. So we're standing here on the roof of our 5-star hotel in Aspen called the Little Nell. And you can see in the background about a 5 kW solar array. A lot of properties install solar photovoltaics, but the reality is they don't make a lot of energy. What we did in this case is we said, how do we do this in a meaningful way? And we tied this array to one room, and we put an interface in the room so the guests can see what's being used, what's being generated, and we're going to expand it, we hope, into kind of information on renewable energy and climate. So here's a way to access influential people and really use your biggest lever, which is the guest at the hotel, to potentially drive change. It's a pretty cool approach to using technology to interface with guests. So thanks for coming to visit Aspen Snowmass, and we hope to see you here when you visit. Look me up, we'll go skiing, and I'll show you the powder stashes and the good fishing and good hiking, and we'd love to have you.